Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that cracks open source material to pull out the really vital stuff, getting you well informed fast. Today, we are plunging into something that feels foundational, but it's actually surprisingly rich. It's called Let's Talk English: Essential Vocabulary and Opposites. And, it's about more than just dictionary definitions. We're looking at the hidden power, the kind of fascinating nuances of words we use every single day.
Exactly. And our mission here in this deep dive is to really explore these essential words, not just for their, well, straightforward meanings, but for how so many of them pair up naturally as
Mhm.
opposites. And this isn't about just memorizing lists. It's about understanding how words define each other through contrast. It gives us a much richer palette, to understand and describe the world.
And that's precisely why this deep dive is designed as your shortcut, really. You'll find some surprising facts about words you thought were simple, find out why they're so crucial, and yeah, we'll sprinkle in just enough humor, hopefully, and insight to keep you hooked. So you walk away feeling equipped, not, buried in information.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's unpack this. And, well, where better to start than with the absolute core of human experience? Describing our feelings, our immediate states, these are the words that really unlock day-to-day communication.
Indeed. We really have to begin with that fundamental emotional spectrum. So take happy, happy. Now, the basic meaning is simple. Feeling good, cheerful, or pleased, She felt happy when she passed the test. That's straightforward. But what's interesting is how English also uses it in phrases like happy accident or happy coincidence,
Ah,
where it means something more like fortunate or serendipitous, not strictly an emotion.
that's a great point, how words kind of stretch.
Exactly. It shows the versatility, even in simple words.
So what about its direct opposite, the contrast? Well, the direct, pretty unambiguous opposite is sad. Just feeling unhappy or feeling bad or down. Like, I felt sad when my dog got sick. Simple, clear. And then, of course, there's angry, feeling mad or upset.
Mhm.
Example, he was angry when he lost the game.
Mm.
What's really powerful here, I think, is how these basic pairs immediately give us a broad emotional vocabulary. They let us pinpoint feelings, ours or someone else's.
That makes so much sense, that kind of universality. And okay, beyond those core emotions, what about other key states like physical needs, energy levels? What words do we absolutely need there?
Well, think about physical states first. Tired, meaning, needing rest or sleep.
Mm.
I'm tired after working all day. It's sort of a general state of needing to recover.
Okay, needing rest.
Then there's sleepy, which is more specific. It's feeling ready for sleep.
Okay.
Like the baby is sleepy. It's that direct pull, that feeling of wanting to sleep right now.
So tired is needing the break, sleepy is feeling the Sandman coming. Got it.
It's like a
And what about those really universal human needs? Food, water?
absolutely essential.
Mm.
Hungry, needing or wanting food.
Right.
We've all felt
Oh,
that.
yeah. I'm so hungry I could eat a whole pizza.
Exactly. And its partner, thirsty. Needing or wanting a drink? Like after the run, I was very thirsty.
Yeah.
These words are just fundamental. They articulate basic biological signals. Everyone gets them instantly.
Right. And then there are those other, maybe slightly more nuanced states, mental or physical.
Definitely. You could be excited. That's feeling very happy or eager,
Eh,
maybe before a party.
I'm excited for the party. Yep.
Or, on the other hand, you might feel worried, feeling anxious. She was worried about the test, for example.
A common one.
But thankfully, we also have calm, meaning not angry or upset. He stayed calm during the storm. It often feels like an active state, doesn't it? Choosing to be calm.
It really does, a kind of resilience.
And then, talking about our physical condition, healthy just means in good health. You might say eating vegetables is healthy.
Mm.
It describes the state or the action leading to it. And its opposite, sick, not feeling well. She is sick today and stayed home. Pretty clear.
But wait, isn't sick sometimes used differently now, like informally?
Ah, good catch. Yes, absolutely. In modern slang, particularly among younger people, sick can mean excellent or really cool.
After that skateboard trick was sick.
Exactly. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic example of how context can totally flip a word's meaning. Something really important for you, the listener, to be aware of. Context is king. Okay, so if we sort of connect this to the bigger picture now, these next words are really our main tools for observation, for description. They let us talk about the physical world around us. We often start with adjectives, right? Defining physical properties, qualities.
We absolutely do, yeah. Let's look at how we talk about, say, size and speed. We've got big, large in size, like they live in a big house.
Yeah.
And it's obvious opposite, small, little in size, as in he gave me a small neighborhood.
And these are great examples of what linguists call gradable antonyms,
Gradable, meaning,
meaning they exist on a spectrum. Something can be very big or a little bit small. It's not just an on-off switch.
I see, unlike, say, dead or alive.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Similarly, with height, we have tall, meaning having a great height.
Mm-hmm.
He's very tall for his age.
Mm.
And short, meaning not tall or long. Like, that movie was quite short.
Right, but short can also describe a person's height, can't it? He is a short man.
It can. So while tall is pretty specific to height, short is a bit more versatile. It can refer to length or duration, too.
Interesting. Okay, what about speed? We often use fast, moving
Yeah.
quickly or happening quickly. Huh, that car is very fast. Standard example.
And it's opposite, slow, not fast. The internet is very slow today. We've all been there.
Haven't we just? But then there's also quick, which also means happening fast. Oh, it's like, let's take a quick break. Is there a difference between fast and quick? They feel very close.
That is a fantastic observation. They are close, but there's a subtle nuance. While both imply speed, fast often describes the inherent velocity. Think fast car, fast runner. It's about the rate of movement. Okay. The speed itself. Right. Whereas quick often implies suddenness or brevity, the short duration of an action. So a quick glance, a quick decision, a quick break, it's more about how long it takes, even if the action itself isn't, incredibly speedy.
Ah, that clicks. Speed versus how short the time is. Got it.
That's
Yeah.
a really useful distinction. Okay, moving on. Physical conditions, textures. What are our key words there?
Well, let's think about cleanliness. We have clean, meaning not dirty or messy, like please clean your room before dinner. Or it can just mean not dirty, as in wash your hands to keep them clean, is dirty. Simply not clean, your shoes are dirty. And these two, clean and dirty, are often considered complementary antonyms.
Complementary.
Meaning something is basically either one or the other. There isn't really an in-between state. It's clean or it's dirty. Gotcha. On or off, basically, unlike big and small.
Precisely.
Hmm.
But temperature definitely has a spectrum, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have cold, having a low temperature. It's cold outside, so wear a jacket. Then warm, which is comfortably hot or not cold. That comfort aspect is key.
Like, I love warm soup on a rainy day. Comfort food.
Exactly. Then hot, having a high temperature. It's too hot to play outside. The extreme. And finally, cool. Slightly cold in a pleasant way.
The evening air feels cool. Nice after a hot day.
Notice how cool and warm often imply that pleasant middle ground. We tend to prefer them for comfort over the extremes of hot and cold.
Yeah, you usually ask for a warm drink, not a hot one, unless maybe you're complaining it's too hot.
Good point. And for textures, we have
Yeah.
soft, not hard or firm. Like this pillow is very soft.
Cow.
And its opposite is hard, which interestingly, like sick earlier, has a double life.
Oh, how so?
Well, hard can mean solid, physically resistant. That rock is hard.
Okay, so?
But it also very commonly means difficult, as in that test was hard.
Ah, right. So hard like a rock or hard like a tough question.
Exactly. That's a great example of what we call polysemy, one word, having multiple related meanings.
Melissamy.
And in
Okay.
context, again, tells you whether hard is about density or difficulty.
Man, context really is everything in language, isn't it?
It truly is.
Okay, let's dive into appearance and light. Beautiful. Very nice to look at. The sunset is so beautiful today. Or just nice to look at, like, what a beautiful flower.
And its contrasting word is ugly. Not nice to look at. Maybe that shirt is ugly. Though, of course, these are hugely subjective, aren't they? They reflect personal taste more than some objective fact.
Totally. One person's treasure? Well, yeah.
Okay, light, dark.
Mhm.
That means having little or no light,
Yeah.
or simply without light. It gets dark at 7 p.m., or it's dark in here. Flip the switch.
Right. And then we have light, which can mean bright,
The opposite of dark.
or can mean not heavy, as in this bag is very light.
Ah, another one with two meanings. Exactly. And then there's bright, which specifically means full of light or color. Like the room is very bright when the sun's streaming in.
So light can be the absence of dark or the opposite of heavy, and bright is specifically about lots of light or color.
Precisely. Light is a fantastic example of a homonym sounds the same, spelled the same, but different meanings. And it really highlights how using specific examples helps make these concepts concrete for you. And again, context is your absolute best friend when you're figuring out English.
Okay, this is where, for me, it gets really interesting. How these words actually shape how we understand social stuff, daily logistics. We're shifting focus now. Words describing actions, how we interact, different circumstances.
Indeed. And social behavior is a big one. We use words like kind, meaning nice and helpful to others. The teacher was very kind to us, a lovely quality.
Definitely.
Its opposite, mean, is simply not nice, unkind. You know, it's not good to be mean to others.
Basic playground rules, really.
Pretty much. Politeness is huge, too. Polite means having good manners, like always be polite to others.
Good advice.
While rude is not polite or respectful,
Mm-hmm.
the classic example. It's rude to interrupt people when they talk.
Guilty as charged sometimes, I fear. But yes, fundamental social cues. It's not just what you say.
It's how you act.
Ah,
Exactly. Someone can be friendly, which is acting in a kind and helpful way. She's very friendly to everyone. It describes their general demeanor.
okay.
And beyond how people act, we describe capabilities,
Hmm.
intelligence. If someone is smart, they're clever or intelligent, she's a smart student.
Right.
And physical ability.
Yeah.
Strong, meaning having great power or strength. She is strong enough to lift that box. Or simply with power. He is strong enough to carry that.
Mm-hmm.
Its opposite is weak, not strong, lacking power, or without much power, like he felt weak after being sick. These pairs help us assess people, mentally and physically.
Moving to more practical stuff like availability, you might be busy, meaning having many things to do. I was busy all afternoon. Or, she's very busy this week. Common state.
Very common. The opposite, free, often means not busy, as in, are you free this weekend, or are you free this evening?
Right, available.
But, crucially, free also means not costing money or costing nothing, like the concert was free.
Ah, another double meaning. That could definitely trip you up.
They can. Are you free? Could mean time or money, depending on the situation. Context.
Always context. Okay, time.
Right, time. We have early, before the usual or expected time. I like to get up early, or I got here early today.
The early bird.
Exactly. And late, after the expected time. I was late to class, or he was late for class.
Yeah.
Crucial for keeping appointments, navigating schedules.
Speaking of schedules and maybe work ethic, we use hardworking, meaning always putting in effort. He is a hardworking employee. High praise.
It is. And then there's its opposite, lazy, not wanting to work. The classic parental warning, don't be lazy with your homework.
Huh. You know, sometimes after a really long week, my default setting feels very much like lazy.
I think we can all relate.
Thankfully, there's always the promise of busy come Monday morning.
Exactly. That actually raises an important question for you listening. How do these words about effort, time, availability, how do they help us navigate our social and professional lives? They provide a really critical vocabulary for understanding behavior, punctuality, productivity, how we manage ourselves and interact.
That's an excellent point. It's the language of daily function. And then, of course, there are words for financial status and just general assessments.
Right. Someone might be rich, having a lot of money. The man is very rich and owns many cars.
The dream, or maybe not.
But poor, not have much money. Like they grew up in a poor village. And for things, they could be cheap. Not expensive.
This watch was very cheap. A bargain.
Or expensive, meaning it costs a lot of money. That bag is too expensive. Out of budget.
Often the case.
These pairs are obviously vital for understanding economics, shopping, value. And when we just give an overall judgment, we often rely on good, meaning nice or correct.
Yeah.
Is a good answer.
Simple, effective.
And bad. Wrong or unpleasant. The weather's bad today. A general negative assessment.
Okay. What about nice?
Nice is often pleasant or kind. Like the standard phrase, it was nice to meet you.
Polite, friendly.
Exactly. And if something is really good, we might say it's great, meaning very good or large in amount. That was a great idea. Enthusiasm.
For engagement levels, something is interesting if it's making you want to know more. The book was very interesting, kept you hooked.
Right. And if it didn't, it was boring. Not interesting. That class was really boring. Snooze fest.
We've all had those. And for tasks, they can be easy, not difficult. That math question was easy to solve. Phew.
Or they could be difficult, not easy, hard to do. The test was difficult for many students.
And we mentioned hard before, meaning difficult too, right?
We did. Hard and difficult are often synonyms in that sense. Hard is maybe a little more common in everyday speech.
Good to know.
And finally, kind of tying all these concepts together, giving them weight is the word important. This just means something that really matters or has value.
Nice.
As in, it's important to get enough sleep every night.
Yeah.
It highlights significance. It tells you what to prioritize among all these other descriptions.
Okay, so bringing it all together, what does this all mean for how we actually perceive our environment, our connections? We're now looking at words for location, relationships, status, sort of tying up this exploration of essential words.
Exactly. We use words like alone, meaning with no one else.
Wow.
I like being alone sometimes. It's about solitude. And its clear opposite, together, meaning with others. Let's do this together. Collaboration, companionship, fundamental social states.
Absolutely. And for correctness.
We have right, meaning correct or proper. That's the right answer.
Ding, ding, ding.
And wrong, not correct. You chose the wrong door, game over. These are another pair of those complementary antonyms. You're either right or wrong in a given context.
Binary again, no middle ground. Okay, what
That's
about
good.
accessibility, like doors, shops?
When things are accessible, they are open, not closed. Please open the window.
Let some air in.
And if they're not accessible, they are closed, not open. The shop is closed now. Come back tomorrow.
Simple enough. Safety.
For safety, they're safe, meaning not in danger. This area is safe at night. Reassuring.
Good to know.
The inverse is dangerous, not safe. That road is dangerous. Warning, these words are obviously crucial for describing our environment and potential risks.
Definitely words you want to understand correctly. What about dimensions, describing spaces?
Right. We have wide, meaning having a large width. The road is wide, plenty space.
Okay.
And narrow, not wide. The street is narrow. Squeeze through.
I know a few of those.
And for depth, especially with water or holes, deep means going far down. The pool is very deep. Be careful.
Right.
And shallow is not deep. The water here is shallow, safe for paddling. These are all gradable, of course. You could have very wide, slightly narrow, quite deep.
Makes sense. What about status or age?
Good questions. When someone is well known, they are famous. He is a famous singer,
Yeah.
widely recognized.
Yeah.
For age, old means having lived a long time. My grandfather is very old. Respect for elders. And young is simply not old. She is still young and learning. Potential, growth.
And things can be old or new too, right?
Absolutely. Something just created or acquired is new. Recently made or bought. I bought a new phone yesterday. Shiny.
Nice. Okay, nearly there. What about sound? Sound impacts our daily lives so much.
And it really does. Noisy means loud sound or making a lot of noise. The street is very noisy. Or that music is too loud. Can be annoying.
Can be very annoying.
And quiet means not noisy, calm, or making little or no noise.
Yeah.
The library is a quiet place. Or the instruction, please be quiet in the library.
The librarian's favorite word.
Probably. And finally, a really useful state, to be ready. That means being prepared to do something. I'm ready to begin now. It's the ultimate word signaling preparedness, being set to go.
Ready. A good word to end on for the list itself. Wow. Okay, we have covered some serious ground today. That was quite the tour. From describing feelings, physical states, then detailing objects, qualities, dimensions, then navigating actions, interactions, circumstances, and finally spatial relationships and status. All through exploring these like essential vocabulary words and their really powerful defining opposites.
It is pretty remarkable, isn't it, how even the words we think of as simplest, when you understand them in relation to their counterparts, offer such clarity, such precision in communication. The real value, I think, lies not just in knowing what a word means, but also understanding what it doesn't mean, how that contrast sharpens the whole concept for you.
Like building a more precise map in your head.
Exactly, a mental map of language.
So we really encourage you, our listeners, keep an ear out for these words in your everyday chats, on TV, when you're reading. Notice how they define things, how they differentiate. Pay attention to those subtle distinctions we talked about, like fast versus quick or the different jobs hard can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe here's a final thought to leave you with. Consider this. How might the absence of even a simple word, or maybe the inability to define its opposite, how might that truly limit our understanding of the world? What might we actually be missing if we only knew bright but not dark, or open but not closed, or fast but not slow? The world, well, it would just become kind of blur, wouldn't it? A lot of undifferentiated concepts, something to think about.